and welcome to a beautifully sunny HBF Park here in Perth. It is 21 degrees, a slight breeze, but a perfect afternoon of football for the Perth Glory who take on the Newcastle Jets. Both sides still looking for their first 3 points of the season. Perth, unfortunately, last week they were 2 goals up and then fell to a Melbourne City side. They were on a certain charge, 5 goals unanswered. And for the Newcastle Jets, they had to do it a little bit differently. They were 2 goals down and then came back to make it 2-2 against the Western Sydney Wanderers, but still in search for those all-important 3 points this season. And for the Newcastle Jets, they came off a really impressive season last year, making it into the finals. They are without, obviously, Serena Bolden, who left in the off-season, Melina Reyes, who's taken some time away from football. So they are in search of goals, and that was what they were missing last weekend. So they'll be looking to see if they can rectify that this weekend against a Perth Glory side who scored 2 goals of their own, one in spectacular fashion. If you haven't seen the Miku Sunaga goal from last week, go and check it out ahead of this game, or stay around and then come and check it out after the game finishes. But for Perth Glory, they'll be looking for a more complete 90 minutes of football. They played really well for the opening 60 against Melbourne City side, who had a lot of possession but struggled to break Perth down, and unfortunately couldn't hold it out as the game continued. But we can see these Perth fans out there enjoying the sun. It is a double-header this afternoon. The men will be playing following this game. It is the women's game. It's all important. It's going to kick off soon. We will have a minute of silence ahead of this game. Let's wait for both sides to finally make their way out. And there they are. Izzy Dalton, captain of this Perth Glory side, as well as Cass Davis, the ever-present, ever-reliable Newcastle Jets captain. The ultimate epitome of consistency. A lot of new faces for both these sides, but still have expectations. As I mentioned, we will have a minute of silence ahead of this game, so as these players line up, just hold for a moment of silence for Remembrance Day tomorrow. Started just yet, so we'll wait for the music to be toned down, pay our respects, but it's certainly ready for this afternoon's fixture. Marina Baumann there, the Swiss international, had a fantastic season last year. One of the best fullbacks throughout the competition. Should be looking to repeat that in this season as we take a moment of silence.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is the 11th of November, which is Remembrance Day, a day of national commemoration. We pause in silence for a moment to remember the bravery and sacrifice of the men and women who lost their lives while serving Australia and its allies in wars, conflicts and peacekeeping operations. If you are able, could you please stand for a moment's silence? Thank you, everyone.
And just then a moment of silence if you've just joined us for Remembrance Day tomorrow. So important, and had it for the different game to Melbourne City, where they had to absorb a lot of pressure. Spoke about how they'll have a lot of counter-attacking opportunities in this game if they are brave enough. And for Ryan Campbell, he came in last season to replace Gary Van Egmond, and it was certainly a really entertaining and rewarding time for him. First full season coaching the Newcastle Jets. If you're looking for a better output this afternoon, and Lauren Allen, that's a player that he can certainly get the output of. She's been phenomenal for the last 2 seasons. We'll be looking to continue that this afternoon. 6 goals last season, 6 assists. So prolific, and without Ayres and Bolden, a lot will be on her shoulders, but she's certainly a player capable of doing that. But it will be Perth Glory who get us going, kicking to the right of the screen. Too far from getting going, and we are underway. A long ball out, immediately played out, and you can see Abdul Massi trying to chase it down, but couldn't get it that time. How will these sides play out? It will be expecting end-to-end stuff. There's that first shot on goal. To goalkeeper Danielle Krajnak. Just getting the start ahead of Tiana Robertson, who, if you remember from last season, had her debut against Adelaide United in the final game of the home season. Newcastle 8-goal winner that day. And Tiana Robertson had a big part to play, and that's some really big saves. But new signing, as that ball's given away cheaply, and then the first shot on goal into the back of the net. That's the kind of effort you want if you are Stephen Peters for his Perth Glory side. First goal for Georgia Cassidy of the new season. Sloppy mistake from the back. That ball given cheaply, and then Copus Brown couldn't get a hold of it, and Georgia Cassidy slots it into the bottom of the net. Newcastle have had some struggles. It's how they conceded their first goal last week, and Georgia Cassidy first ever goal in the competition, and what a way to get it. Stephen Peters spoke about his side needing to be brave, and that was brave. It was alert and reactive. Newcastle, first goal last week where they conceded. Just playing very sloppy out of their back line. It was punished. There's Tian McKenna, tried to feed it through. Now how do this Newcastle side regroup themselves? Ball touch out. Holler. Dalton's just going to send it all the way back to Nat Tatham. Side, even though they did fall, that ball certainly hit the hands of Callie Brown. They struggled after the initial goal from Melbourne City last week. They had some certainly really impressive passages of play, and for a side that maybe there wasn't high expectations for them heading into this season, the standard of football has been high, and we've certainly got players who are capable of turning this game on its head. They do have a goal lead in 3 minutes of this game being underway. Holler tries to play it through to Sanaga, but knocked away by Davis. Now Allen tries to chase it, but Tatham always the advantage. Ball finding its way through to Copus Brown. Left and cleared. Now a foot race, but Krajnak well off her line. Just going to clear it out to Bauman, who's able to save it in. Got some numbers down on the right-hand side, but Tatham, probably not the cleanest clearance she's ever had, but it will work. Bauman, poked away by Holler, doing the defensive duties as well as the attacking ones. Now, that ball too shallow. Hoban couldn't find Copus Brown, but it will stay with the Jets. Opus Brown, Tilda, very experienced footballer. Base in midfield, that pass picked off by Georgia Cassidy. Might have that back, Davis. Couldn't get enough space to send that shot away. Wilson. Now coming away with it is Allen. Opus Brown left that ball a little bit too far ahead and knocked away, but we'll find Bauman. Strong pass, Hoban. Out to Opus Brown. Opus Brown now going to send it into the box for Lauren Allen to chase. Allen taken down. No whistle, and Templeman able to collect. Allen's such a prolific player. And that one-on-one with Izzy Dalton, who probably just got enough of the ball, and in the end, Allen tripped over it. That's a poor pass out. Matt Tatham wasn't going to let that eventuate into anything threatening. Now a chance to break forward, but it's not held, so it'll be a free kick for the Jets. Bauman. Now to the feet of Jackson, able to turn and go. Going to set it into the box, but that ball not clear just yet, but there is Tatham once again, able to take it off the feet of Josie Allen. Massey, nutmegged there, and then cleared away by Cassidy. Brown scored a goal last week, certainly had chances of scoring a few others. Seeing Heroes off her line against Melbourne City, just couldn't get those ones as perfect as the first she scored. They scored some amazing goals, Perth, last week. Unfortunately, couldn't get the result, as I've mentioned, but certainly a lot of threats. There's Ella Abdul-Massey, formerly with the Western Sydney Wanderers, but now in a new outfit, looking for some more game time against the starting lineup. Bauman. Switch it out to Allen. Got some space up ahead. Holler closely chasing behind. Allen with the dangerous ball. Out of the park. Take a look at that. It's the right idea. Had some runners on the far post, but just couldn't get the curl needed for that ball to really be threatening in the end. Johnston. Now Holler's able to turn in a foot race with Opus Brown, who turns on the burners. But Holler wins out, so a chance to break forward. Dalton going to send it across. Wilson needs to deal with it. And she does by sending it out of the playing field. Cassidy, goal scorer. Chinema and Tatham. Going to drive forward. Cassidy had enough and just wanted to send it forward and long. Brown. Very skillful, but probably not the right direction. Newcastle side just causing their own issues at times defensively. They had to come back in that game. It's another one of those poor passes in their own territory. They are certainly a threatening side going forward, but for them to be those real challenges in the league, So certainly have the capabilities of they've got to clear those defensive mistakes, but just as I was saying that, there goes Perth with one, but able to get away with it this time. Chandler on the ball. Matilda, formerly Melbourne City, new club. And that's a great ball through. There is Brown, great touch, takes a shot, and that one just too high. There's collision on the edge of the box. Brown and Claudia Chico. Brown still on the ground. Doesn't look to be in a good way. Beautiful touch, took it in stride, and then Chico came across, and not quite sure what happened there. Got a shot away, and maybe getting her feet stuck underneath her as she took the fall. Hopefully nothing too serious, and it's just a bit of like a corky, you call it. Not sure. She does seem to be back up on her feet, and so that's really good for Perth. Brown has been in good form this season, and particularly when playing for coach Stephen Peters. That's where she is on the score sheet a lot. NPL, as well as in the Ninja Ray League. But we are going to get play back underway for Newcastle. Haven't given away too many clear-cut opportunities since that first one. Cassidy slotted it away, but what can they create going forward? Bauman. Go through the middle. Knocked forward by Collins, but couldn't find anyone. Hollard really smart poke to Johnston, but that ball too close to Chico. Chico, the best young defenders in the competition. Played for around the 20s. So promising, had an injury late last season that they were unavailable, but such a smart player as Holler's able to turn, but not able to turn enough. Cassidy into the box, but Zaniak able to collect. Jackson, not able to get past that time. Josie Allen. Bauman. Look at that, Newcastle, 65% of possession. So Stephen Peters talked about how it might be a slightly different game, but it is turning out very similar, as that's a beautiful little nutmeg from Tian McKenna. Now they may be away, Perth. Got runners up ahead in Brown, but that ball a little bit too far in front and picked off. Time for Allen. Can she create something? Goes through the inside, gets past Cassidy. Got options. Still, Allen takes that shot. Allen! What an effort from Josie Allen! Came from the left-hand side, drifted in. An outstretched arm of Miranda Templeman could not stop that. And that's exactly how you respond if you are Newcastle. Took the chance all on her own. Beat Georgia Cassidy, the other goal scorer, and what a beautiful long-range effort. Nothing Templeman could do. Saw no one was closing her down. And that finds the back of the net, and we are all square here at HBF Park.
Number 26,
Josie Allen, that's a way to score your first ever goal in the dub as well. Johnston finds Holler. We've seen some really great goals to start this competition. It's a sign of things to come. A fantastic 2024-25 Ninja A-League campaign we are in for. Georgia Cassidy was just ever so slightly nudged off the ball by Lauren Allen. Cassidy. Teed up and didn't get the contact this time. Opus Brown. Away they go, Newcastle. Beating Cassidy once again. This time Hobart, and then foul. Georgia Cassidy is going to get her name in the book, been beaten a couple times. Young midfielder. Hobart was away and Cassidy just ever so slightly tap of the feet. Trip there. Something to be aware of. Midfielder. It's a chance to get the lead for the first time, Newcastle. Set piece opportunity. But Allen on the edge, marked by Abdul Massi. And that ball headed away by Chinema. Want to move quickly. Newcastle to capitalise. Allen poked away by Abdul Massi. Bauman tries a little chip shot into the hands of Templeman. Sanaga not able to control that shot. Sanaga, NPL New South Wales Player of the Year last campaign. A tidy player in the midfield, can create, get on the score sheet as well as she did last weekend. She create for this Perth Glory side. So far, not really having any of the possession. Absorbed it relatively well. Tatham. Dalton immediately under pressure, and this time he's going to leave it for Templeman. McKenna can find Abdul Massi, but it will be a Perth throw-in. Chinema. Finding Dalton. Send it forward, but cleared by Chico. Interesting battle between Claudia Chico and Callie Brown all afternoon. He's not going to allow her much space at all, and Dalton able to come away with the ball. Holler. Johnston making the run forward. She's going to switch the play. And Sanaga's in a little bit of space if the ball can find her. Sends it across, finds Brown. Can she turn away? She can, but that strike needed a little bit more power. Bauman. Johnston. Holler. Back to Georgia Cassidy. Nice real spell of consistent possession for Perth. It's headed forward. Too far forward for Abdul Massi. Still not dealt with by Newcastle. Sanaga seems to have been hit in the face. Got something in her eye. Not quite sure. Take a look at that incident once again. And just maybe some slight contact to the face. Quite marginal maybe. Not sure entirely. Allen will score up against Tian McKenna. Once again, they're able to stand tall. Tian McKenna, great weekend against the Melbourne City. She was 14 tackles. She won 9 of them. It was the best in the competition. 18 total interceptions. So after make a return back to Perth, so far looking pretty good. That ball set in, and Templeman, safe pair of hands. Imagine Opus Brown and Newcastle want to put Miranda Templeman, one of the shorter keepers, under pressure. That time, an easy grab out of the air. Those goalkeepers do it as a drill on a regular basis before the game anyway. Cleared by Dalton. He will come straight back for the Jets. Chico. That's it. Look like Ryan Campbell going with 3 at the back. Opus Brown going to switch it out, and that's a beautiful ball. And ball by Sophie Hoban. Into space and then misjudged the flight of that ball, so couldn't get the right control needed. Immediately rewarded with the ball back. Davis, Holler, finds Cassidy. Tatham. Pressure will come. Can they build? Nicely worked by Cassidy. Saw the danger of Opus Brown. Holler, picked off by Bauman. Perth will retain possession in the meantime. Turn up. Moving away cheaply, but a chance to turn and go. They're brave Newcastle. Davis. Stuck there for Alexis Collins. Bauman. Allen, back to Bauman. Outstretched leg of Hoban, still bumbling their way through. Allen, can she send the ball across? She can, but Tatham able to find that ball out of the field of play. Those final third entries. Newcastle with 5 more. Building the pressure is very chaotic. Chinema looked to be taken out, but lucky enough for Perth, the ball didn't eventuate in a real strike on goal. Opus Brown once again on set-piece duties. Will they go? It's putting Templeman under pressure. No, high ball, far post, headed forward by Wilson. Not cleared yet, and that swing and a miss from Josie Allen. Holly Brown sandwiched between 2. Chico comes away with it. Abdul Massi looked to be fouled. Certainly touched it with her hand, and it's going to be with Perth. Almost certain. Referee Ismail Mossin waved it for the other way. Abdul Massi fell on the ball, and then we will go with Perth, but I'm almost certain the hand signal was changed. McKenna. Sanaga got the nutmeg, but couldn't get the ball after. Ball too shallow. Holler wants to play it quick, and it's a fizzing effort off the back of Claudia Chico. Dalton surveying the area. Can she find the second pass? Found the player. Couldn't find the ball to the player. Going through Ryan Campbell's mind. He certainly would be happy with the response. Brown. Going to take a strike on goal. Brown took a deflection on the way through. So will be a corner for Perth. That angle didn't look like she really could create anything. Ball fell perfectly for her and actually wasn't that far when you take a look at that angle. I don't know if Sanaga really knew anything about that pass, but took a deflection. So Georgia Cassidy going to take this in-swinger. Can she find the head of a teammate? Or create some sort of opportunity. High ball to the far post. Abdul Masih Holla there! And what a save from Krajnak. Had to react quickly. Holla got it on target. All she had to do. Krajnak in the right place at the right time to react. That ball was in the air for a long time. Cassidy, once again, high looping ball to the far post. Holla once again gets ahead to it. Kelly Brown still keeping it in. Tried the overhead. There was a foul called before it, but two corner opportunities, two chances on goal. High ball from Georgia Cassidy working out. Well, not the most conventional, but certainly something looks like Perth have worked on. Chico. Krajnak needs to be wary and passes it straight to Holla. Abdul Masih under pressure from Davis. Still Abdul Masih. Play continues. Finds a little pocket of space and then Bauman able to stick a leg in and clear the ball away. Chases her own ball and finds Lauren Allen. Krajnak under pressure. Finds Georgia Cassidy, needs to find a white t-shirt. She's playing it out, only finding purple at the moment. Brown. And Claudia Chico taking Brown down. So, set piece opportunity, will it be Georgia Cassidy once again? A little further in. Chico, that ball was well gone before she made that tackle. Didn't have the timing perfectly sound that time. It'll be Captain Izzy Dalton who takes it this time. Do have Cassidy standing just off the edge of the box. Sanaga on the far side, but certainly got numbers in the middle. That's where Dalton's going to go. Goes for strike on goal. Krajnak got some hands to it. Cassidy with the long range F, and that was always sailing. Krajnak been forced to make some really big saves in the last few minutes. In a moment, we'll have a look at that save. Quick reaction time. Wilson couldn't get past Sanaga, but has to retreat to Davis, who's under pressure. Now finds Wilson. There may be a way here. Abdul Masih. Take a look at that ball from Dalton. Krajnak is in the right place at the right time. Certainly one for the highlight reel, but she did look like she was always behind that shot. And Abdul Masih with that foul. Wilson just probably taking that foul just to calm the pressure, and Abdul Masih getting her name in the book. Bauman. This is the pattern of play for Newcastle. Played a few times across their back line and try and see if they can find a splitting ball through the middle. That time it didn't work out as they would like, but Cassidy, good awareness. I know Johnston was there. Hoban able to keep that ball in play for Bauman. Copus Brown. Hoban. Looking for options. Just to go back. Need some movement up front. Lock his side, but that's poor from Davis, almost giving Abdul Massi enough time to pounce on the ball. Perth have been good. Defensive shape as Chinham has come a long way out to put pressure. Abdul Massi, Cassidy, Dalton. They had a Holler on that left-hand side. Didn't see her, but now Tian McKenna. And she's left a vacant space up against Josie Allen. But McKenna winning those battles as she did last week. Newcastle passes in their own half. Not surprising. This pattern of play that we've seen a few times. Holler, too far. That pass too strong for Grace Johnston. 64. Double. Perth passes in opposition half, but they need to a few more shots on goal. Hopeless Brown. Allen, one-on-one with McKenna. Tries to nutmeg. McKenna stood tall, stood strong. Won that battle that time. Wilson. Brown. Ellie Brown is that far deep. There can't be that many options forward, so she has to switch it out to Gabby Holler. Holler spent her time in the NPL Victoria with the Boroondara Eagles before making the move before the end of the season to Perth to train with this side. She's a prolific goal scorer. On pace to be the league's top goal scorer. And then to Canberra United striker Maya Markovsky. She's having a stellar start to the season as well. Davis. Chico. Waller's really good job of just blocking those passing lanes. Didn't work that time, but Tatham was there to cover, and that ball eventually rolls out of play. Opening 30 minutes. Both sides have certainly had their moments. It was Perth who started the game the best. Georgia Cassidy picking off a pass from Krajnak to Copus Brown to slot it into the bottom right-hand side of the net. Josie Allen, a fantastic individual goal. Was brave and came inside. Outstretched arms of Miranda Templeman, couldn't find the ball, and Stephen Peters is not sure if he's concerned or if he thinks it's going to be all right. Nat Tatham having to take her socks off, both socks and a shoe, so maybe might need to be taping an ankle or something, not quite sure, but hopefully she's going to be good to continue. She's been really lively as, I don't know what's happening to that. Not sure what you call those things you see at the car washes. There's a man down in that far corner where the fans were. Brown. Templeman going to have to be careful. Perth particularly playing out for the back with one number short. Passing option unavailable. As they break forward, Hoban couldn't get it past Dalton. Holler. Hoban in the right place defensively. Can they break forward? Falls out this time for Devon Jackson. Haven't seen too much of her in this first 45. Finds Jackson again, this time able to beat McKenna. And McKenna quick to recover to block that pass. It's the middle of the park. Devon Jackson also spent her off-season in the NPL Victoria playing for Box Hill with a few fellow A-League women's players in Paula Sheena, Sophia Sakalis, a dynamic trio for Box Hill. Copus Brown plays it short, all by herself. Josie Allen sends it, and Chinema heads it away. They can certainly go for it again, as Josie Allen is all by herself, but Abdul Massi is caught between two players. Sanaga's in the middle of nowhere. That ball's finally sent in, headed forward. Chinema heads it back the other way, and that final attempt on goal was wide from Alexis Collins. Marcus Brown long had the header, I believe it was Josie Wilson. Just couldn't get the power required in that final effort from Collins. Couldn't find the back of the net, or at least the target. Marcus Brown. There's a little bit of confusions there from Hoban and Bauman, and now Kelly Brown in a foot race with Claudia Chico. Rajanak is well off her line. Reacted well, the goalkeeper. Chico, perfect contact, but it does found Bauman, so whatever works in the end. Copus Brown makes Sanaga, unintentional, but it's style points anyway. Allen, got a runner through the middle, she wants to use. Finds Jackson, stops on a dime, edge of the box. Cass Davis sends it across. Allen sends it back out, and this time Hoban. They were working it well on the edge of the box, Newcastle. That final effort on goal needed to be a little bit better. Jackson did well to find Davis. Had that contact been a little bit better, maybe that shot was going on target, but you have to give some credit to Naomi Chinema. Put the pressure and also got a little bit of contact to force that shot off target. Brown. Wilson. Cass Davis was certainly a slight nudge from fellow captain Izzy Dalton. Massey. Well, he wasn't told that Cass Davis was lurking right behind. Very congested here. And Perth are going to try and reset. It's a bit of play, and that's not how you reset. Giving that ball away cheaply to Newcastle. Tatham, who is back on the park. The distribution's been good. Just getting that time, just eluded her. Chinema. Massey sends it further for good measure. And comes straight back. Newcastle building the pressure. Can they build momentum? Can they construct a goal? Davis sends it over the top. Johnston in a battle with Allen. Who's going to win out? Well, Johnston won the battle, but will Lauren Allen win the war if Newcastle are able to score a goal here? Probably this outcome. Fifth corner for Newcastle. Where will this find itself? High ball to the far post, and Allen looked like it was Josie Wilson actually charging in, and that effort from Hoban well wide once again. Rosie Wilson, I believe, coming in from the edge, charging onto it, but Gabby Holler, she won't lose many headers herself defensively or attacking wise. Saw the danger, cleared it as far as she could. Chinema, McKenna. One by Collins. Drive. Retreat to Copus Brown. Had to spin. Found her way back onto the path. Wilson. Chico. Ball pass. Johnston against Bauman. Stay with Perth. So not too far away from half-time. Certainly some positives for both sides to take out of this game. Not sure what's going on. As Ismail Mosson's asked Lauren Allen to get off the field. Not sure if blood rule or something, but find out. Wilson. Lucas Brown. Out to Hobart. So now Newcastle. Number down, attacking wise. And Alexis Collins with a poor touch. Not sure what's going on there, but how unkind of that Newcastle trainer to block the camera shot to see what's going on. But play continues. Brown got Sanaga through the middle, but she's going to have to work really hard to get past Chico. Gets the inside. That ball too far out, but if we'll find Abdul Massi who tees up. Wide of goal. Lauren Allen is back on the park. Effort from Abdul Massi was ambitious, but certainly entitled to it. Just too far on the right-hand side. Jackson. Space up ahead. Cassidy in between. Got some options in the middle. Calmly gets past Georgia Cassidy. Allen. Sarah McKenna putting body on the line and head on the line as well. Only gifting Newcastle a corner. That. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Different, these Ninja A-League players. Couldn't be me. Copus Brown. Changing it up, Newcastle. Bauman, edge of the box, and that one always sailing. Tried a few ideas, Newcastle. Different variations, played it short, played it long, on the edge of the box this time. Bauman certainly had space, and once again, Chinema coming to apply the pressure, and ball skied high. Brown's found the ball a couple of times in this position, but hasn't had many numbers up ahead to really pass it to, and now Perth forced to retreat. It's not what they're after. Shanaga is under pressure from Wilson. Hoban got Allen calling for the ball. Probably wanted sooner, and that's exactly why she ventured offside. She's telling Sophie Hoban, "I'm going to make the run on the inside. You've got to put the ball there." Tatham. Holler wins the header. Chico lost the ball momentarily. Allowed enough time for Kelly Brown to spin away, but there is Lorena Bauman to help out her fellow defender, Chico. Cassidy Couldn't find Dalton. The ball's pinballing around. Now Chinema. Fine. That ball out of play. Nearing half-time, it looks like there'll be 3 minutes added on, so plenty of time for either of these two sides to change the dynamic of the game. Newcastle did it last week. Devin Jackson got on the score sheet just before half-time to make it 2-1 against the Wanderers. Can they do it again, this time to take a lead into half-time? Can't do it that time as Chinema clears it out of play. Marshalling the defence. 2 it up. Very experienced. Vocal. Good in one-on-one battles. Can they hold out the remaining 3 minutes? Perth Glory, while the ball is situated in this area. Bauman, Collins, Allen sends the ball in. Numbers there, and that header wide by Wilson. Daisy Wilson. The first 45 is any indication, she will certainly have some more opportunities to head that ball home. Now, the only side, I believe, all last week, Newcastle to score a goal from a header. Wilson. Quick pass out to Jackson, under pressure from Dalton. Finds Allen, sends it across. Numbers there. And that ball too far over the head of Lauren Allen. Perth get away with another scare. Does look like the way this 3 minutes is going out, it will be Perth doing a whole lot of defending. It was a good ball from Josie Allen. Just too tall in the end. Cassidy under pressure. Clears. So easy to forget her game started this game going. Opening 3 minutes of the contest. Davis. Tatham in the right spot. Johnston. Not sending it very far, but out of play, which is just as good. Bauman. Dalton. Davis working Abdul Massi underneath the ball. Still Newcastle. Jackson. Will she tee up for a shot? Finds Copus Brown. Wide to Allen once again. She thought about cutting inside. Got Jackson alongside her. Can they get the ball inside the box? Copus Brown. Turns. Still the path is blocked off. Goes across to Bauman. Got Hoban, further forward. That's where the pass will be played into. Quick feet. Allen this time, blocked by Cassidy, and it will be another corner for Newcastle. Copus Brown. Once again, will we see a new delivery option? High ball. And headed away this time, Hoban. And once again, getting far to underneath the ball. Take a look at that. Foul, but she was always under pressure. And that is the first 45 minutes here at HBF Park. Lively start from Perth Glory to get the lead through Georgia Cassidy, her first ever goal in the Ninja A-League competition. But a quick response, well, not necessarily entirely quick, but a response nonetheless from the 26, Josie Allen. Thunderous effort. And at half-time, it is Perth Glory 1, Newcastle Jets 1. Take a look at the first half. Chances
Any spectator identified with a prohibited item.
Newcastle worked themselves into danger just as they did last week, and that pass from Kajanak put Copus Brown under a world of pressure, and Georgia Cassidy, like a training drill, slotted it straight past. Copus Brown wasn't aware that Cassidy was coming. If she was, didn't react quick enough. Either way, doesn't matter. It was Perth who was 1 goal up early on in this contest, punishing the Newcastle Jets for being sloppy defensively, and then Brown, chance, but that was well high. But here is the goal from Josie Allen. Worked her way inside, that long-range effort. Beat Cassidy, the fellow goal scorer, on the inside. Teed up, saw nobody was closing her down. Looked up, said, I can beat Templeman easy. And she certainly did. Her first ever goal in the Ninja A-League competition. We saw a wide variety of corners throughout the first 45. Newcastle had some really impressive ones, but Perth probably had the closest to getting some shots on. Hajanak had to force a few saves off the line. Was certainly tested. Element and effort was always going high. But take a look at the first half stats. And Newcastle Jets, as we expected, 63% possessions. Perth Glory's 37. Probably not what Stephen Peters was expecting. Thought his side would have a little bit more. Attempts relatively the same, but Newcastle Jets only 1 on target. Perth Glory only 2 on target. That Jets one only. That one is the one they have on the score sheet, but they need to do better at converting chances. They were the worst last week of all the sides in terms of shot conversion, or at least being a threat on goal. But it is still another 45 minutes to play out. Exhilarating bits of football to go for both these sides. Can they create more chances, and can they put these keepers under more pressure? We will see how it goes in the second 45. Sure, who that is, that's a Perth mascot. That man must certainly be very warm. But at half-time, it is Perth Glory 1, Newcastle Jets 1.
Share the flavours of your world with the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Oven.
Liberty Home Loans, it's different. They're for the free thinkers, the go-getters, and the creatives. So if you're a free thinker, you'll be right at home. Liberty, loans for free thinkers.
Get ready for a sugar rush, because Dessert Masters is back on 10. Mouth-watering, mind-blowing desserts will be served up to host Melissa Leon and Amory Michon. The Dessert Masters magic is on 10 and 10 play.
Perth Glory fans, a very warm welcome to you. We have a crossbar challenge to keep you entertained, and I want to introduce you to 3 of my good friends. This is Jack. Give it up for Jack, everyone. We've got Frank, and we have the one and only George the Gorilla. Now, I want to give you a fun fact about my friends Jack and Frank. They are brothers, and there is some sibling rivalry going on today. So not only does the winner go away with the Perth Glory Star, the winner gets bragging rights, and really, what's more important than that? So Jack's going to kick us off. The rules are, gentlemen, you all get 3 shots. The person who gets the crossbar the most amount of times is the winner. It's simple. Let's kick things off, Jack. Are you ready, friends? He's ready. All right. Glory fans, we're going to need to hear you. The shoes are off. The Birkenstocks are not required for this. Jack, when you're ready, mate. Oh! First shot on the bar. Gee whiz. Let's go. Pretty close, mate. goodness, Glory fans, you are amazed as me. Jack is a superstar. I should say he did play MPL for Sorrento, so we do have a superstar in our midst. Pretty hard act to follow, but Frank, I believe in you. I really do. You've just got to hit the crossbar 3 times and you win. Easy. Frank, I need you to try harder. Oh my goodness, that was so close. This is the one.
And we certainly had an exciting first Melbourne derby yesterday afternoon in Melbourne between the Melbourne Victory and Melbourne City. We'll take a look at how that game unfolded.
Ross Backett, clever from Davidson. Harvey, City remain in possession. Great sidestep from Lourdes Bosch, and now drops the shoulder on Wilson. Still Bosch, and at the near post, Speckmeyer sweeps it in, and Melbourne City score first in the derby. And it means the world to the Venezuelan international striker, Mariana Speckmeyer. Great play from Bosch, City 1-0.
On the Harvey Norman replay, this comes from the industry from Lourdes Bosch, and look at the work rate, look at the ethic to keep this one alive and just manage to scoop a ball through to Mariana Speckmeyer, who times her run really well, just nips in front of her opposition player. What it does for City is overload their midfield. They can send an extra number in.
A slip here, Davidson. Speckmeyer's got one, and now hits the post, flush off the woodwork. Bunge, direct up the middle, hoping for Emily Gielnik. Gielnik trying to use her strength against Briley Henry, and left. And the referee immediately points to the penalty spot. Victory will get their chance at an equaliser over the course of her Ninja A-League career. And true from the penalty spot here, career goal number 57 and 3 for the season for Em Gielnik brings the victory level.
For the Victory team, they need a little bit more proactive movement.
Low, clever pass, Flannery take 2 on the cross. First time again, Janchevski! Janchevski, a dream come true for the girl that grew up supporting Melbourne Victory. Victory take the lead in the derby. Bosch in midfield. Closed down by the backtrack, Chidiac. Has been noticeable. Oh, the shallow back pass here. Bosch is in. Bosch! A gift for Melbourne City and a first Ninja A-League goal for Lourdes Bosch. And even though Victory may have been on top, an unexpected twist. Kostelakis sits up in midfield. McKenna volleys on. Speckmeyer was off and running, anticipating the pass. Speckmeyer! Will that be the derby winner? Mariana Speckmeyer, who started the scoring, may just have had the final say. It's a double for the Venezuelan and a 3-2 lead for Melbourne City.
Well, it was wonderful, wonderful vision. And Mariana Speckmeyer, 1-2 touches, makes no mistake.
Well, it was certainly an exciting afternoon for the new recruits at Melbourne City, for Lourdes Bosch and Mariana Speckmeyer. Will it be a new recruit who makes something happen here at HBF Park? And at half-time, it is Perth Glory 1 and Newcastle Jets 1. We'll be back after this short little break.
Join us for an unforgettable evening with football legend Michael Owen, former Liverpool EPL soccer player and international superstar, as he shares stories from his remarkable career. This exclusive event offers fans a rare opportunity to hear firsthand about his experiences on and off the field, from his rise to stardom, winning the Ballon d'Or, and his unforgettable moments playing for England. Scan the QR code on screen now and book your tickets to secure your seat for an evening of football nostalgia.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the take.
Brand temperament could not have stopped it. A really fantastic effort, continuing the trend of fantastic goals we've seen to start out the 2024-25 Ninja A-League campaign. Will we see some more goals in this second half? Both sides have certainly got players capable of doing that. Will we see Lauren Allen get on the score sheet? Or Devon Jackson, they were on the score sheet last week. Will we see Callie Brown for Perth Glory? Kushinaga scored last week against last year's premiers Melbourne City. Will we see these familiar faces, or will we see some unexpected names get on the score sheet? Either way, all to play out in the next 45 minutes. Interesting to see how that battle between Claudia Chico and Callie Brown continues. They've had a few tussles throughout the game, pretty even, but all things considered, if you're Claudia Chico, you're saying if they haven't scored, then I'm winning. Perth are lining up two substitutes to come on in this second half. It will be Sarah O'Donoghue, played for Heidelberg in the NPL Victoria during the winter, played for Brisbane Roar, and also co-captain on Yetchit Zog, the Nigerian international, will be coming on. Not quite sure who necessarily will be going off, but that will be creating a new dynamic. O'Donoghue, a midfielder by one of the substitutes is Ella Abdul-Masih. Figure out who the second is. And Naomi Chinema has been replaced also by Onyetyechi Zog in the heart of the defence. So, in terms of the Zog and Chinema one, that's a like for like. O'Donoghue will play a little bit more centrally to Abdul-Masih. She is a very creative midfielder, can get her teammates involved. As Stephen Peters thinking our side needs a little bit more control of possession. As Johnston makes a bursting run, got a clear path on goal. Johnston cuts inside, Johnston tees up! And Krajinac saw it well. I think Grace Johnston, maybe she said, what am I doing so far up the pitch? Not usually this far forward. It was a good strike. Forced a save, that's all you can ask for if your defenders are taking shots. Venturing forward, she had so much space ahead of her. She's entering a new postcode. Holler. Cassidy over the top. This might find Izzy Dalton. Do they have numbers in the middle that she can find? Stops on a dime, sends the ball across. And too close to Krajinac and Holler! Saw the spill, reacted well, but couldn't direct it back on target. And Newcastle Jets getting away with one. Very close to the start of the second half. Dalton's ball wasn't the best. Krajinac did not deal with it well, and Holler came through like a striker should do. Sent a goal with, but I think it just came straight off her chin. Could not get the right contact required. So close to getting her first goal in the purple strip of Perth Glory, but warning sign for Danielle Krajinac in goals. She needed to be much better. That looked like it was going to be a relatively comfortable save from that ball inside. Getting away with one, Newcastle. They started the first half poorly and had to work their way back into the game. It's not how you want to start the second half, and it's not the way they want to continue any sort of trend. They don't want that trend or momentum to kind of happen throughout their season where they're always working backwards. Chico invited the pressure of Dalton, finds Davis. Bauman, shadowed by Sanaga, sends it forward, finds Collins, lost the ball momentarily, found it again, now found Hoban, tried to slip it through, but Zog was in the right way. Tatham, Bauman. Copus Brown keeps it in play, and now a foot race between Johnston and Allen wins it, and that effort from Collins through the legs of Zog and into the arms of Miranda Templeman. This is Collins, second ever game, second ever start, looking for a first goal. People on this pitch who've never scored a goal before, two of them got themselves off the list to start this game. And picked off by Dalton, out to Brown, got Holler through the middle, touch a little bit too close and sends it across, and too far forward for Holler to make a lunging effort at. Brown was put under pressure by Josie Wilson. Brown, Dalton, for effort, O'Donoghue! Sarah O'Donoghue, off the bench, gets it on the score sheet, makes an impact. And that's exactly what Stephen Peters wanted from his sub. And a fantastic effort. Another great strike to start this season. Sarah O'Donoghue right into that top corner. Nothing Krajinac could do. Saw it and made beautiful contact with it to find the back of the net. And now Perth Glory once again take the lead.
Your Perth Glory scored by
and Fantastic effort from Sarah O'Donoghue. Her first ever goal in the competition. So 3 players in this game. So we're not going to walk out of this contest with no goals to our name out this competition. But what a hit from Sarah O'Donoghue. As I mentioned, had a fantastic winter campaign with Heidelberg. Won the NPL Victoria competition. Was a part of a group of players who kind of revitalised that Heidelberg side in the middle of the season. One of them being Alana Janchevsky, who also got on the score sheet yesterday in the Melbourne Derby. I don't know if there's a conspiracy, but certainly one of NPL Victoria doing well for players in the off-season. May just be a coincidence though. Copus Brown, Allen, Hoban. To Copus Brown, if she can keep it in place, she certainly can. And Izzy Dalton got her body in the way. Templeman calling somebody to come as a passing option. Actually, it is Perth who are going to come away with it. Kelly Brown has worked really hard in this game. Hasn't got necessarily a lot of reward, but has been physical. Has forced numbers to be drawn to her in space. But once again, Newcastle, can they react? Hoban. Able to get past Sanaga. Copus Brown, back to Hoban. Poor touch, and Sanaga's able to clear it. Dalton. Cassidy. Sanaga. Tatham, it's that battle. Doesn't win the contact with the ball. Bauman. Allen, forced wide, sends it across. Do they have numbers? Still bobbling around. O'Donoghue. Dalton, Holler. And that, now it's a foot race between Chico. President came in and said, I'll make it unfair. Settle it for my side. They may get a second opportunity, Perth, but Chico has to be alert. Got not only Dalton and Holler, Pajanak narrowly getting it past Gabby Holler, and offside flag goes up for Alexis Collins. Tatham. Who can she find? Tries to switch it out, but that ball over the top. Prajanak, safe pair of hands that time. Jackson. Chico. Bauman. Picked off by Johnston. Really good. Sarah Johnston, Sanaga just takes that ball smack bang in the middle of the face. Soon seeing the ball. It's been a little bit unfair to the Perth players today in terms of contact to the head. It's the ball to Perth players nil in that respect. Newcastle staying out of that battle. And Sanaga took that right in the face, and just going to probably take a moment. Sure she's not winded, and those eyes are moving very quickly, so I think she's very much okay. Don't have to be sure. And of course, player safety #1 priority in the game, particularly when it comes to head injuries. Shinaga looks to be okay to continue this game. It's the most important thing. She's okay. The quarter started out. Bauman, Cass Davis. Cass Davis, first 9 seasons of her career in this competition. Her and the goals weren't friends. Didn't have each other's number, but in the last 3 seasons, she's got 3 goals to her name and has improved every time since. 3 seasons ago, scored 1. Last season, 2 goals. Can she make it 3 this season? And maybe away, Jackson. On Hoban, more centrally. And that ball too shallow. McKenna able to pick it off. Cassidy, outstretched leg. Clears it out into a world of space, but there's nobody in a white shirt or a purple shirt there. And it's going to stay with Perth, I believe. Sinaga sliding in dangerously and running out of space. That was interesting. Bring the ball back into play. Wilson. Zog able to pick that pass off. Dalton. And that pass is shallow from O'Donoghue. Collins. Got Allen charging further forward. That's where the ball's going to go. Foot race with Tatham. And maybe that foot race ended at a tie, but the ball was out of play before either of them got there. Zog. It's born in Switzerland, and that pass from Templeman is poor. Straight to Hoban, cuts inside, still Hoban. Everybody was waiting for somebody else. Jackson forced wide. And Tian McKenna deals with it, but not quite sure what was going on there. Firstly, from Templeman's ball, it was straight into Hoban, and then subsequently Newcastle. Nobody wanted to take a shot. Bauman into the path of Cass Davis. He was nudged on the edge of the box. He'll come back for Newcastle this time. Davis, Bauman, Hoban, still Hoban. Got Allen, sends it into the box high. Zog heads it away. Copus Brown gets it down. Holler, battle up against Claudia Chico. Perth win out momentarily, but Newcastle didn't take much time to win it straight back, and we've got Cass Davis just taken some contact to the ankle, it seems, but Cass Davis, she doesn't miss games. She doesn't come off the field. She'll be all right to go. Hoban, Collins, tees it up, and Hoban couldn't get it away as Allen lost the ball. Sure, she lost it in between the sun and the shade. Either way, chance for Perth to clear it away, and that's not how Stephen Peters would have liked that to occur. Copus Brown, Davis, Jackson, back to Copus Brown. Allen, can she find her way inside once again? Tian McKenna, there she is. Certainly made it a mission this season to not lose many battles. We are going to see a substitution. And we're going to see Sheridan Gallagher come onto the field of play. And we're also going to see, I believe it is Lara Gooch, come on the park. And Alexis Collins off. And take a look at this strike from Josie Allen. What an effort. And what a finish. That's the last we've seen of Josie Allen this afternoon. But a contribution that keeps Newcastle in this game. Copus Brown. Allen couldn't win that header. Still, they fight for the ball. And it's Johnston who clears, but only as far as Wilson. Kelly Brown. Sent him out of the field of play. Some attacking changes. The edge of the box. There's Gooch. Searching for it. Sharon Gallagher returning back last week to the A-League.
Coming off number 39, Alexis Collins. Being replaced by number 17.
Made the return back to the A-League women's competition after going to play NRLW with the Newcastle Knights, where she's previously won the championship. She's a very important part of that side, but coming back for the love of the game. That's Matt Tatham, who's still on the ground. Tatham did take that knock in the first half where she came off, and I believe got some taping on her ankle, so is it a re-aggravation of that? Hopefully not. She's been important to start this season. And we'll see if Stephen Peters is forced to make any changes in the second half. Ethan at the moment does look okay. But obviously, until we start playing and she's watched the football, do we know she's okay enough to play? We'll have the likes of Nisha Anderson, 18-year-old on the bench, never played for the side. Chico. Now Bauman. Beautiful ball over the top and too far for Copus Brown, then which couldn't send it across. Dalton needs a few and now finds Holler. It was a little bit unconventional, but it worked. And our pass from Gabby Holler was asking a whole lot from Kelly Brown. Chico. Davis. A little chip shot. Finds Allen, who sends it dangerously into the box, but Zog is there and waiting. May fall for Jackson, but Templeman quick off the line. Saw the danger. Made sure didn't create any more pressure than it needed to be for her side. Just commanding. They may be through O'Donoghue. It's taken a deflection. Krasnak's off her goal. Brown over the top. Kelly Brown! And there's the third for Perth. And there's the second of the season for Kelly Brown. As she did last week, saw a keeper off her line and said, I'll take full advantage of this and make sure it finds the back of the net. And Perth have their third. That hill that Newcastle needed to climb, or is ever taller. Chris Davis didn't deal with it. Sarah O'Donoghue was quick to react, forced the deflection from Krajinak's effort, and Brown, she's making that a specialty. O'Donoghue, you've got to give her a lot of credit for forcing that mistake, forcing the deflection. This Perth side looking like they're edging very close to a home win. Substitutes made an impact for Perth and Stephen Peters. And speaking of substitutes, there's Sarah O'Donoghue. Thought she was fouled. Ball didn't go far, but it's a chance for Newcastle. Can they respond immediately? Jackson tees up Devon Jackson. Took a deflection off Gallagher. Gooch found a little bit of space. Still that ball into the very dangerous area, but Nat Tatham once again there. If Perth are able to hold on, come back to that. As Newcastle set themselves up. High ball to the far post, and Templeman, strong hand to clear it away, and it will be a throw-in. But if Perth are able to get all 3 points here, it will be their first home win. As Templeman's making sure it will be their first home win since the 11th of November in 2023, when they beat Adelaide United at home, and that was the 4th game of the season last year. They won 4 of their first 5, and then only won 2 the rest of the campaign. So can Stephen Peters put an end to that home drought as Kelly Brown's able to turn away from Chico? Brown sees Krasanak off her line and took it with her hands well outside of her box, and that's certainly got to be a red card. And Danielle Krasanak was going to try and make sure it wasn't a fourth. But that ends a very difficult afternoon for her. Brown did well to get away. And Krasanak knew that was finding the back of the net. She just puts her arms up in the air. And it will be a forced sub. So which outfield player will be sacrificed if Ryan Campbell wants to make the decision? And he will make the decision for young Tiana Robertson to come back. We saw her at the end of last season. We saw her in the finals campaign. And it looks like it's going to be Devon Jackson who's going to be the sacrifice, because you do need a goalkeeper in a game of football. And it will be Tiana Robertson, who we've seen to be a fantastic shot stopper. You haven't seen her highlights. A game against Adelaide last season. She may be small, but she is certainly mighty. Can she defend this goal to give Newcastle a chance, even with a player down? We'll have to wait and see. Tiana Robertson. She is going to be in goals most likely in the next few games. But a chance. It is Dalton. Will she go for a strike on goal? She certainly does. That's well over the top. Tiana Robertson, 21 years of age. So now, this may be, I'm just thinking of this stat, but I highly doubt we've ever had, on average, a shorter goalkeepers on the field these two goalkeepers are on the shorter end. The Red Wing averages might be the shortest average. We're going to see Misha Anderson, who did come on last week as a sub against Melbourne City to make her debut, is going to replace Gabby Holler. So will be a defender on for an attacker, which is interesting considering they do have a player advantage. Perth Glory. And we have one more outfield player, Nikolala, the winger, if they want to use another sub. Brown. Capacity. A few words. It's been a while since we saw that goal with a player down on Newcastle's side. There's ever an opportunity for a midfielder to be an extra number, to get involved in the attack. This is the moment. McKenna. Davis. And now Lara Gooch, she may be away. Can she use her pace? Got Gallagher coming through the middle, still Gooch. Hoban was waiting on the edge of the box also, but Gooch went for it solo. Bauman. Hopus Brown. Goal back in this game could really change the way. Sheridan Gallagher, strong challenge there in the box. Not sure who that was. It's down. That's gotta hurt, that's all I know. There's sub Misha Anderson. That was a strong collision there. This game is very, very physical. As you take a look at that, this couldn't be me. Let's take a look at that one again as well. But this is in a great place for the Newcastle Jets to get a goal back into this game. Look like it will be maybe Copus Brown, who's done all game. Can she find it away from Templeman and into the back of the net? Set us up for a grandstand finish here at HBF Park. Copus Brown takes a few deflections. We'll come back to Hoban. Copus Brown. Bauman. Rich couldn't find it. Sanaga sends it long. Can Brown save it before it goes out of play? She certainly can. Got O'Donoghue streaming through the middle. If she wants to find her, finds the feet of Chico instead. And certainly looked like it found the hands of Claudia Chico as well. But referee Isabel Mosson thought it must have been too close. Sarah O'Donoghue has certainly made an impact since coming on. Her work rate has been exceptional. She's also obviously got a goal to her name. That's pretty cool too, all things considered. McKenna. Newcastle. Actually, the trend of possession has been in their favour the majority of this game. Going to need to keep it as much as possible and really try and force Perth back defensively. Put them under pressure, force a mistake. One goal can certainly change this fixture. It's not going to happen like that. Dalton. Copus Brown. Copus Brown finds Allen. Immediate thought is to send the ball into the box. Couldn't find Gooch the first time, but it finds Davis. They need to get the ball into the box. They need to have a shot on goal, Newcastle. And that's what Cass Davis does, man. It's straight to Miranda Templeman. Have to put Templeman under some sort of pressure if they want to get anything out of this game. Have to force the issue, but Newcastle, look back at these two games, they've caused a lot of their own hurt, their own mistakes that have been punished. What will Ryan Campbell be thinking? What will his big discussion be, not only at full time, but during this week? They have to find a way to clear up some of these errors. Gallagher sends it into the middle of the park where there were no white shirts close enough to really attack that ball. Chico. What will Ryan Campbell say to his side to settle them? Because they have threats going forward, but if they aren't going to convert on the chances, XG, any of that, they have to be a lot cleaner defensively. And they're not going to be. It's going to be a very long and difficult season. Obviously, we're only just started the campaign, but Tiana Robertson, first touch of the ball, touches you've ever seen in a youngster. Newcastle need to make this game easier on themselves. The ball out to Gooch. And McKenna's just going to watch it go out. And Stephen Peters probably smiling. This man here looking cool, calm and collected. Certainly used to winning with the MacArthur Rams as Gallagher was making her way through and was fouled by Zog. Good challenge from Sheridan Gallagher. Westbrook and Zog with a yellow card for that challenge as well. On the Zog. There's a few discussions still going. Templeman, once again, this is in a threatening area. It will be Sheridan Gallagher. Can she score on her return to the Ninja A-League competition? Gallagher stands over the ball. Gallagher went low. Zog was in the way. Bauman chips it into the path of Gallagher. Headed on. Templeman saw it the whole way through and not sure if it was a collision or she fell awkwardly, Miranda Templeman, but she looks to be in some sort of pain. That ball was in the right area, but Gallagher just caught underneath the ball ultimately. And yeah, it was Cass Davis trying to occupy the same space, and Miranda Templeman doesn't look to be in a good way. Not sure if this is some very expert time wasting, but maybe a shoulder injury. Templeman hoping she's okay. Obviously, Perth at the moment, Templeman is their #1 choice keeper, but are expecting eventually, once Casey Dumont is available from her duties with the Hawthorn Football Club in the AFLW, she will return and be the #1 keeper. And Melbourne City guys watching the game. Their girls won yesterday. See, Ricky there as well. Looking on some expert football that's happening on this park from Perth Glory. Their home game, but Melbourne City be taking on Perth Glory men's side at HBF Park. After this, it is a double header. Fantastic opportunity to see not only the women's sides, but the men's sides who play after as well. Templeman. And the ball's out of the park. Out of the field of play, sorry. As Gallagher's just shielding the ball. Newcastle come away with it, and that ball is out of the field of play. Tian McKenna, once again, winning her battles at fullback. Robertson. Imagine Tiana Robertson will probably start next week. But just to stamp that claim and keep that position for the rest of the season, as Lauren Allen is going to be replaced by India Breyer. So Breyer's debut for Newcastle since making the move in the off-season. Josie Wilson is also replaced by Emma Dundas as well. So those subs, can they make anything happen? India Breyer was with Western Sydney Wanderers last season. 6 games, only started 1. Looking for some more minutes.
Coming off number 13, Lauren Allen.
Coast.
Being replaced by number 7,
O'Donoghue
India
hit that pass
Breyer.
off.
Another substitution for Newcastle Jets coming on number
O'Donoghue.
2, Josie Wilson. Being replaced by number 8, Emma Dundas.
In her box, Tiana Robertson. Make sure to give Newcastle the best chance they possibly can to come back into this game. Johnston calling for Tatham to clear it, and she does. Gallagher, ball pinched away by Cassidy. Have to play quick. Time is not their best friend, Newcastle Jets. We know in this competition, anybody can score very, very quickly. Here's the Chaos League for a reason, and we certainly do love it. Kelly Brown. Shinaga, too close in the path of Gooch. Bauman. Tatham, let that roll across her, and Sheridan Gallagher just running straight past Nat Tatham, chips it into the box, and that header from Gooch needed to be better, as Templeman's just going to take her sweet, sweet time. And I'm not sure if she was fouled or she fouled Gooch. Either way, that looked awkward. And Templeman's going to come away with it. And take a look at that. Templeman's just taking some time off the clock, as you do as an expert keeper, and taking contact as well. That ball's fallen nicely for Perth, as Robertson just going to let it roll out. Chico. Robertson. Breyer. One back by O'Donoghue, who's certainly getting held, but managed to find Johnston. Hopus Brown closely shadowing. Johnston. The levels of creativity from this Perth Glory side when it comes to time wasting it's been masterful at times. It's been quite humorous. Grace Johnson, arms were not coming up to catch that ball. Gallagher ripping the ball away. She's in the NRLW, and even that pass would have it die hard. Johnston. Play it down, and looks to be Copus Brown. Strong challenge there from Grace Johnston. Not sure if the boot followed through or if the ball. Either way, Newcastle coming away with it. Take a look at that again. That was out of play, and not sure if it was a follow through. Gooch. Ball picked off by O'Donoghue. Smart toe poke. Can they find the back of the net? They can't that time. Robertson stood tall, stood strong. Certainly wasn't going to be bypassed by Kelly Brown. Take a look at that once again. Sarah O'Donoghue finding Kelly Brown, but Tiana Robertson put her body on the line to make sure it wasn't a fourth. Wobbling around, and they come away with it. Perth got numbers in the middle. That's where it goes, and Robertson once again stood tall, was fouled. That effort from Kelly Brown is not going to count at all. Tiana Robertson, she may be short, but she is certainly mighty. Naga challenges. Newcastle players are certainly trying to help her up. Taken clean out there, Robertson, by Sunaga. Once again, body on the line. You've just got to be a little bit crazy to be a goalkeeper. To do that, particularly when you're not the tallest as well, shows a lot of heart. You're going to see some more substitutions in the last outfield player. So, Miku Sunaga heading to the bench. Tanika Lala started last week. Coming off the bench this week. She the rest of this game out for the Perth Glory. O'Donoghue. Lala. Take the ball. Probably not ideal. Dundas. And Hoban. And out of play once again. And we've seen a lot in this second 45, and we're going to see a lot to close out this game. 6 minutes added on as that ball's poked perfectly into the path of Brown. He tries to chip Robertson, and Robertson got a hand in the way, knocked that ball off its path. And she said, I've seen 2 keepers get chipped to start this season. I will not be a third. Saw what Brown was going to do. Just said, I'll put my hand up like I do in class and knock it out of play. Gotta get somebody to take this corner. Perth. Another one added to the taking the time wasting. Time wasting has added the 6 more minutes to this game. So they might need to play. It'll be Newcastle who win out. Gallagher surveying the area, looking for somebody, and just sends it long and wasn't on the same page as a teammate. Campbell, frustrated figure on the sideline. Whereas his side certainly could have got something out of this game. Could have even won it. So that ball is allowed to Bounce, but Chico comes away with it, but Ryan Campbell would be frustrated with the mistakes that his side have made, that have found themselves 3-1 down to Perth Glory.
There will be a minimum of
6 minutes as Lala tries to cut on the insides. Robertson, once again, not afraid, Tiana Robertson, to come off her line at any point. Will she be able to earn the trust of Ryan Campbell if she gets the nod next week, while Danielle Prajanak is unavailable through suspension? We'll have to wait and see. Gallagher able to turn away. Dundas getting forced down by Johnston, and a free kick is going to be given to Perth Glory. That was Lara Gooch that time. Much time left in this game. Second action in the park. Have to finish every possession off. As Johnston once again letting the ball here in the chest as Brandon Gallagher trying to rush the play, and she gets a yellow card. Sheridan Gallagher adding to her illustrious tally of yellow cards. 10th yellow, 23 games in this competition. Look at that, Gallagher making sure Johnston felt that. I think Ansel said, "I'm not being funny." Just putting the arm out like, got to ask the question, as Newcastle certainly gained a few metres there. Hoban, pass almost cut off by Anderson. Davis winning that battle with O'Donoghue. Gallagher tees up Sheridan Gallagher! What an effort from Sheridan Gallagher! Her third ever goal in the competition. A goal on a return back to Newcastle Jets. Her third ever in this competition. Now, can Newcastle push to get a point? But what a strike. There is nothing Templeman could have done about that. But Gallagher hit that ball so well. And those saves that Tiana Robertson made while she's been on, could they prove to be incredibly vital if Newcastle are able to get another shot away and find the back of the net? Robertson just need one chance, Newcastle. Copus Brown blocked this time by McKenna. O'Donoghue back to McKenna. Breyer waiting for the ball, finds it, but finds it out of the field of play. McKenna down the line. Brown. This is why it's such a dangerous game to play when you're still in the 90, to be wasting time. So we'll get at it on, and eventually you will have to play it out. And the Perth Glory, it's going to be anxious few moments. Either way, no matter what this score line ends up with, we have seen some fantastic goals this afternoon. Josie Allen, Sarah O'Donoghue, Sheridan Gallagher most recently. Long range effort, top corner. What a finish. What a finish we are in for in this game. About a minute left. It wasn't much of a celebration. Robertson needs to be careful. They need to be careful, Newcastle. And they may just be out. Gooch, Breyer. Back to Gooch. Ryan Campbell. He was stressed before, but he's stressed for a totally different reason now. Breyer. Sorry. Hobart, Breyer up ahead. Hobart gets past Cassidy. They couldn't find Gooch. Dundas. Gallagher. From the effort she took before, may not be too far out. Chips it over. Davis. Hobart shielding the ball. It finds Georgia Cassidy. There can't be that much time. We added on from the minimum 6, but it is Newcastle who retain possession. Sheridan Gallagher, will she tee up once again? Dundas. Couldn't get past Anderson that time. And that is the full-time whistle at HBF Park, where Perth Glory are able to hold on. Sheridan Gallagher trying to make it very interesting at the end with a fantastic long-range effort to make it 3-2, but it is Perth Glory who get their first 3 points of the season against the Newcastle